I mean,
God, he is, dude. Ron DeRizzlis is so like, I despise Bill Maher. Okay, I hate him, but god damn, dude, Ron is so bad in front of him where he's like, I could beat him. That like Bill looks like the coolest guy. Okay. DeSantis on Bill Maher. All right, let's do that one.
first up, he is the governor of Florida, who is, wow, currently on our show? Currently running to be the Republican nominee for president in 2024. Governor Ron DeSantis. All right. On a scale of 9 to 10, what'd you think of my monologue?
Honestly, I was laughing. I'll give you that.
Right.
Laughing on both sides of the aisle, too. So it was good. And
Yeah.
welcome back to the show. I know you guys were on hiatus for a while.
Thank you. Yes.
Now, I do got to put in a plug. Like, if you ever have problems in California, in Florida, not only we have no income tax, no vax mandates allowed in the state of
Well,
Florida.
we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. I know, but people do wear cowboy boots with a suit.
That's right.
So I'm not going to fly. Okay, that's
We're
just a
proud
crazy
of it, too.
thing.
We're proud of it.
But there were no cowboys in Florida, Ron.
Oh, yeah, you should try Florida. We're one of the top cattle states in America. Once
Really?
you go from the beach, you go the interior of Florida, nothing but cattle ranches.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Because I'm wearing orthopedic shoes.
There you go.
Okay, so the debate, it was a shit show, but right, I mean, even you said you would have turned it off if you were watching it. I mean, people screaming over each other. I couldn't hear what anyone was saying. It was terrible. But I heard you won. I heard the polling said you won. What did you win? With Trump, no, honestly, with Trump not in the race, what did you win?
Well, but I think that
They're having a mid-off. I mean, look at these little booties, dude. That god. Every part of this sucks so much ass.
you know, he's not showing up. He's missing in action. He owes it to voters to show up and defend his record. And I think he thinks he can take a juice poll and then people don't get to vote. That's not the way the system.
So Maher is a straight Democrat, okay? Let's keep it real. He is a petulant, annoying, asinine, out of control, loves the smell of his own farts piece of shit, but he is a Democrat, okay? So probably the real reason why he's propping DeSantis up is because he thinks Trump is definitely going to win, which is understandable because, you know, it looks to be the case. And he wants to, like, at the very least, you know, pull his own weight in the battle and try to push DeSantis a little bit more so there's, like, more of a chaos in the Republican primary. So he is unbearable and annoying, but he is still very much not a Ron DeSantis fan, okay? I'll keep it real. Like, there is no way. In his own mind, he probably thinks he's, like, splitting the votes in the primaries or something, and that's why he's pushing for it. There's no shot. Like, Bill Maher will have, like, the worst Republican psychopath on, okay? Like Ann Coulter, and they'll have a back and forth and, like, laugh about it or whatever. But ultimately, he's a Democrat. Like, he is 100%, like, a very annoying Democrat. You don't think he can slowly turn into a Republican over the years? Why? Why would he? He's at least smart enough to understand that the Democrats have his best interest in heart. And on top of that, he doesn't care about, like, I don't know, executing gay people or some shit. Like, he's the mother who's just, like, stuck in, like, in the 90s mentally, okay? Where he just straight up is like, no, I'm a Democrat. I know that, like, my material interests are being defended by the Democratic Party because they are. But also at the same time, I think these, like, kids need to shut the and get back to work and cut it with this, like, trans shit and gay shit. I don't know. He's like a Bill Clinton Democrat. Exactly. And of course, despite his, like, insane transphobia, I think he's the type of guy who's like, I'm transphobic for scientific reasons. You're transphobic for religious reasons. And that's a major distinction between you and I. And I actually hate you for it because I am the good kind of transphobe. You are the bad kind of transphobe. Like, that's the type of dumbass he is. Yeah, he loves Obama. He donated like $1 million back then. He is definitely. I'm gonna have to disagree with this one. I'm 100% correct on this. If you think Bill Maher would ever vote for the Republican Party, you are wrong. Okay? He will say all of this shit that basically seems like he's just like a psychotic Republican. And at the end of the day, he will literally vote. He will never vote for the Republican Party. Never. Nope. I know for a fact he would never, ever vote for the Republican Party. 100% he voted for Rick Caruso. Hey, Rick Caruso ran as a Democrat. You can have, if Ron DeSantis ran as a Democrat, Bill Maher would vote for him. He's not voting for Ron DeSantis as a Republican. He will never, ever, ever vote for a Republican.
Works. You got to go earn votes. So I'm showing up. I'm showing that. And here's the thing. In the midst of all the show.
Yeah, Chad needs to understand that most Dems are libs and not leftists like them. And Bill Maher is closer to the average voter than you are, chat. Like, it's not an accident that his show is actually pretty popular still. It sucks, but it is the case. Old people vote. People with money vote. Think about your parents. Think about your libtard parents, okay? Think about them. They probably have a lot of opinions that resemble Bill Maher. Maybe not as annoying, but no shot. No, they love voting, and they're lifelong. Like Bill Maher's a lifelong Democrat, dude. No shot. Bill Maher would never vote Republican out of aesthetic reasons. Bill Maher is the most annoying type of Democrat in many respects. Okay, he is the classic elite coastal libtard. Okay, who thinks that he is doing the right thing by voting Democrat every single election, even if their values don't align. And in some ways, he is right because marginally Democrats are better, right? But he's not even making that calculation on the margins. He's making that calculation because Republicans are stupid, okay? He is the classic, like, every Republican is a podunk, cousin fucking, backwater, dumbass idiot who is just, like, really religious and wants to turn the country into a fucking religious theocracy. And, I mean, the religious fundamentalist part is, like, you know, that is correct. He's accidentally correct on that. But, yeah, he is, like, very much a West Wing Democrat. Exactly. A Bush-era liberal. Yes. He's too much of an elitist. He's too much of an elitist to fucking vote for the Republican Party. He thinks, like, you know, the Republican Party just smells bad.
Show that happened. I was the one guy that people said, you know what, this guy's actually acting like a president when the rest were not. And so, okay, there I am. I told Donald, let's do a debate. I'm debating your governor.
Oh yeah, no, he in the unions, he's in the minority. I wasn't talking about like every single voter. I'm talking about like specific, like your dad. Okay, if you're on Twitch and you have a liberal parent, like your liberal parent is probably going to be kind of on a lot of issues, especially social ones. He's probably going to be closer to Bill Maher than you, right? But you're right, on union issues, he's in the minority for sure. Overall,
Gavin Newsom.
We're going to get
soon,
to that.
But let's do a debate with me and him. I'll do it.
All right, but can I ask you one thing about these debates?
Also, you went to a sex party with Bill Maher? No, I didn't go to a sex party with Bill Maher. What the fuck, you weirdo? No, the girl I was hooking up with at the time went to a sex party with Bill Maher. Very different distinction. No, I don't like sex parties. I think they're weird and smelly.
Can you get rid of this guy, Doug Burgum? This guy, this bugs me. He is not going to be president. This guy could start dating Taylor Swift. No one would care. North Dakota, it's not even this guy. All right. But, you know, the thing is, you did not take my advice.
What was it?
I was on this show a few times when we talked. I said, this guy's crazy to run this time. He's, 45 years old?
Yeah.
You just had a birthday, right?
Yeah.
You could run for the next 20 years. If you were Biden, the next 40. Okay, why run against Trump? You're trying to thread this needle that will never happen.
Well, for a couple reasons.
You can't disavow him because that's the base, and yet you're running against him. And that's why, I mean, let's face it, if campaign was going well, you wouldn't be on this show.
Oh, that's not true. No, so one, I don't think he can win the election. I could win the election. Two, I don't think he could actually get the job done that we need to do. For example, COVID. I think we need accountability for what this government did to this country with the COVID restrictions, mandates, and lockdowns. Donald Trump is not going to do that. He says he did everything right.
Who's clapping?
He says he saved millions of lives with lockdowns. He claims his mRNA shot saved 100 million lives. He's not going to clean house at CDC, NIH, FDA, or any of that. I will do that. I will get the job done. And a lot of other things we do. The one thing about...
He's going to rehire Antonio Fauci so we can fucking kill him. He's like, I hate the vaccines that I definitely got because my cancer wife was dying of cancer and I was fucking terrified of giving COVID to my cancer wife. wife. But I will now act like I hated the vaccines, even though I did a distribution protocol set up in Florida because my entire fucking state is full of geriatrics who would have died just like my cancer wife would have died from fucking COVID. Bitch, you got the fucking vaccines and you distributed them in Florida to all the rich white folk, at least. Crime wife or cancer wife? Crime wife every time. Armenian crime wife trumps cancer wife in that situation. Unless the cancer wife is also doing crime. Doesn't have to be cancer related.
Me in Florida, and even my critics will acknowledge.
Why are you calling her cancer wife? It's just funny. Like, what do you mean? Because, you know, that's the reason why he got the COVID. That's the reason why he got the vaccines, because his wife had cancer at the time and he didn't want her to fucking die, understandably.
If he says he's going to do something, he will follow through and get the job done. So it's about the country. Are we going to get the country turned around or not? I don't think he's a vehicle that's doing, and I have been.
Cancer's not a joke, though. Thank you, Chatter, for the brave take. You're right. Me, on the other hand, I was taking the less beaten path here and saying, nah, cancer is actually great. Chatter really came in here and said, fuck cancer, dog. Hey, yo, fuck cancer.
Okay, but you.
When I supported him on the things I liked, I've said it, but I've been critical about the things that he didn't do, and I'll continue to do that.
Okay, you know what's funny? I'm beginning to think that absolutely zero people want to watch Bill Maher now. So like the audience is just Ron DeSantis staffers, because the Bill Maher live audience in fucking Los Angeles, California, no shot they're clapping for this.
But you campaigned for election deniers in 2022. This I do not forgive.
Well,
to
look.
quote The Godfather. I mean,
God, he is, dude, Ron DeRizlis is so fucking devoid of charisma that he makes Bill Maher look like a god in comparison. Like, I despise Bill Maher, okay? I hate him. But god damn, dude, Ron is so fucking bad in front of him where he's like, I could beat him, that like Bill looks like the coolest guy, okay? He's doing the fucking Piers Morgan technique. Have a guy who is like infinitely less charismatic than me so that I can look good in comparison. He's doing the Piers Morgan, dude.